Superheroes are people too, you guys, so of course they'll get up to more than just fighting crime, saving the world, and all that heroic jazz. And we all know some of those regular shenanigans they get up to involves a little bit of love and lust. Romance is definitely not in short stock for our caped heroes and mass vigilantes. So today we're talking about those romances, in a fairly shallow manner, with our top 10 superheroes who have hot girlfriends list. Yep, let's jump in. And at number 10 is Cyclops with Jean Grey. Jean Grey and Cyclops have had a long romantic history with one another, and whether or not you care for Scott Summers, Jean Grey is arguably one of the more beloved characters in the X-Men, and she's super hot. And then there's Jean when she's bonded with the Phoenix Force, and while that's technically bad, I mean, there's nothing like a girl with a little bit of a bad side to get your blood boiling, right? Yep. That's a thing I just said. Taking my shame and moving on to our next number. And at number 9 is Superman and Wonder Woman. If any of you have seen the recent Wonder Woman film, I feel like it'd be a bit redundant to talk about why Wonder Woman is so hot. But cinematic adaptations aside, Wonder Woman has always been a strong independent character who can kick butt with the best of them. And that's pretty attractive. Although she's had her share of objectifying storylines over the years, she's always maintained her status as an icon. So when her and Superman got together, well, it was pretty damn explosive. And at number 8 is Batwoman and Maggie Sawyer. One of the only regular people on this list, which is kind of a stretch because Maggie is pretty exceptional in general, Maggie Sawyer is Kate Kane's girlfriend, and at one point fiancé. But we won't get into the whole controversial stew that became. She's one of the best cops that the GCPD and the Metropolis PD have ever had on their team, and her relationship with Kate was nothing short of magnetic. And who doesn't love a woman in uniform? And at number 7 is Dan Dreiberg, aka the second Night Owl, and Laurie Jupiter, the second Silk Spectre. Dan is kinda like the lovable loser, and Laurie, well, she's a total babe. A legacy, very talented, and oh so charming, Laurie initially dated Dr. Manhattan, who, despite packing a whole lot of blue, just couldn't connect emotionally. The man who can do everything couldn't hold down a girlfriend. So enter Night Owl, and steamy sex, and kicking butt together. What he may lack in abs, he has in heart, so it makes sense why this bombshell would want to snuggle up to him at night, in the most basic, objective terms possible. And at number 6 is Black Panther and Storm. Superheroes who have hot spouses? Yeah, technically don't qualify for this list, but these two recently got hitched, so I think that slight technicality shouldn't deprive them a spot. Storm is one of the most iconic X-Men, and if we're just talking aesthetics here, she's a character who has been able to rock pretty much any look illustrators have thrown her way, and still looks sexy. Yes, even including punk rock Storm. Mohawk and leather? She rocked it. And at number 5 is Hawkeye and his relationship to Black Widow. While this relationship has ended, spoilers, he got dumped, once upon a time these two had a thing that was going on that was pretty darn special.
They're my partners now.
To the point where Clint actually proposed to Natasha and they almost tied the knot. But it didn't work out. Despite that, Black Widow has become a bit of a sex symbol, especially since being portrayed by Scarlett Johansson. And whether or not you like her, well, she is undeniably super hot. And at number 4 is Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy has always been a fan favorite, and there's many a debate as to who was a better girlfriend for Peter, her or MJ. And on Earth 65, she's actually the one who was bitten by a radioactive spider and has become Spider-Woman and Spider-Gwen, who has had a very large and welcoming reception by critics and fans alike, and has become a bit of a cosplay icon over the last several years. Long story short, people love her because she's awesome, and that's pretty damn attractive. The awesome part, that is. And at number 3 is Aquaman and MERA. MERA is essentially the closest thing you can get to a super hot mermaid. Yes, I'm aware that's so very far from what she truly is. She's formerly the queen of the dimension Aqua and the current queen of Atlantis, but with an outfit like that, well, I suppose she could easily fit into your kinky mermaid fantasy. MERA has always been a character who oozes sex appeal, and she kicks some serious butt. Plus Amber Heard is playing her in the upcoming Justice League movie. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And at number 2 is Dick Grayson and Starfire. While it was a tad hard to choose which of Grayson's girlfriends should be on this list, we had to include his relationship with Starfire because, well, look at Starfire, need I say more? And let's not forget that Dick takes the cake when it comes to the hottest male superheroes. Only fitting that they'd be a smoke show together, even if y'all do believe that he's truly meant to be with Barbara, which I think he believes too. And finally at number 1 we've got Batman with Catwoman. Super hot thief who's incredibly acrobatic and uses her sexuality to her advantage? Yeah, I think you can sign all of us up for that. Catwoman is one of the Dark Knight's more, if not most, consistent love interests, and the two are definitely talented in keeping it steamy. Batman recently proposed to Catwoman too. Yes, he is finally decided that she's a keeper. About damn time. Good luck though with carrying out the wedding. DC does have a history of preventing their characters from getting married because superheroes can't be happy. So there we have it. Which superheroes do you think have smoking hot girlfriends? Who did we miss on our list? Give us a shout in those comments below, and if you guys have any suggestions for other lists, we'd love to hear them. But for now, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you guys in the next one.